Well, good afternoon. It is Thursday, the 15th of April, tax day in the United States. Ours is already done, so I'm tired. I'm out in the garden. It's my first time really sitting down today. Um, you may have seen a previous video of all the pretty flowers at the hospital, and my daughter had surgery 2 days ago, and we're home. We came home last night, but it's been pretty steady this morning. It's not been running around like a chicken with its head cut off crazy, but it's been very steady. And then my son is feeling kind of lonely, so he's home from school today too. So they're both inside right now. I needed to take a mom sanity break, and I've missed my garden. So I thought I would come and sit out here. I tried a different location, but I couldn't get the tripod tall enough, and really I'm just too tired to deal with it. So I'm out here. I want to get some stuff done out here. I did manage before my daughter had surgery to get the strawberries planted. All of the raised beds in this area are built, and then I have one raised bed in the back here that's ready for planting, and my potatoes really need to go in. So I'm thinking, since that bed's ready, that's where the potatoes are going to go. I don't know if I'll grow potatoes every year, but I wanted to grow them this year because I think it's kind of fun. But they do take up quite a bit of garden space, so we'll see. And you can buy them fairly inexpensive here because we're in Idaho and potatoes come from Idaho, right? So I am happy my daughter's surgery went well. She's not in a whole lot of pain. We're controlling it with ibuprofen and Tylenol, and she's up and about. She's able to walk, and she slept well last night. We were only up once for medicine. So we're really glad to have that behind us because now we can focus on other things. Of course, she's still got 2 weeks of recovery ahead of her, but that's going to be pretty good. I'm told that by Monday or Tuesday, she's going to want to run around and play, and that's just not an option. So it'll be tricky to keep her from running around. But I think overall she'll be okay. We'll get through it. She doesn't know that I got to make sure she's not coming out. Her teacher is coming by today, I think, with a gift from her class. And a couple of friends have some things for her as well, which tells me my son's going to feel a little left out. He's 12. So I need to figure something out in there. But he does have something of his own. He does have baseball, and he doesn't have any practice until Friday night, tomorrow night, but he'll be okay. But I don't feel like I could come and dig in the garden today. I'm pretty tired. I just want to be out here. Maybe I could plant the potatoes though. I have one bed here. I don't know if you can see it because I've got the sun behind me. But this bed I still need to dig up and put some soil in there. In fact, I think that's one of my jobs for today is to actually call the soil company and have a couple of yards of soil delivered so that I can get my garden boxes put together because we're counting down just a few weeks until planting time. Right now I have you propped up on one of those three-sided beds that I'm going to use, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to just build up the edges and cover up the gaps and then use the beds like that, or if I wanted to take them apart and create new beds. And right now, as of today, I'm leaning towards separating the crates into separate boxes because I think I can get 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2. I think I can get at least 2 other boxes out of each crate. So that would give me 4 crates or 4 raised beds instead of just the 2 really tall ones. So I may do that. And then that will give me 1, 2, 4, 5. That will give me 5 wooden larger raised beds for this side front part of the back garden. And then I would just need to figure out 3 more. I think if I'm doing my math right, I think I'll need 3 more raised beds. And then all of the raised beds for this area will be done. Now, these are not always and forever beds because raised beds never are, but this wood from these crates is pretty sturdy. I'm not worried about that rotting out right now. The other wood that I've used in this other part, that's probably going to rot out within a couple of years, maybe 3 years. I've used cheap wood before, and it does last longer than most people say. Of course, if you have a really deep raised bed, you'll notice a difference. But my hope is to upgrade to galvanized raised beds next time around. So another benefit to me taking these 3-sided crates apart and building shallower beds is that I don't have to buy dirt a couple of times. Hopefully. I mean, you always have to replenish some of the soil. It does get washed away and that kind of thing. But long term, we'll see. I'd love to see a bunch of galvanized raised beds out here. But it's one thing at a time. And this year, my project is to get these initial raised beds in, start planting, and just enjoy it. I'm trying to decide on the paths, what I want to do. I'm thinking I'm just going to get cardboard and some landscape pins and stick those in the ground. And then I don't know if I'm going to put mulch over it this year or not. We'll see. That's something I haven't thought of right now. The priority is getting the beds in the ground. The other thing I need to do probably today or tomorrow is take you in and show you all the seedlings that I have. I need to get rid of a lot of seedlings because I have way too many. But I have to check to see if they're root bound, first of all, because they're starting to look a little bit leggy and I have them under light. So I don't know if their pots are getting too tight. I don't know if they're ready to start getting hardened off. Now we do have, let's see, the 15th, about a month before they can actually go outside. But what I'm thinking of doing is hardening them off. And if you're not familiar with that, that process involves taking your seedlings outside for a couple of hours at a time and then gradually increasing that time over weeks until eventually they're in over all day and then overnight. Now, these plants cannot go outside overnight. It will kill the tomatoes and the peppers. That's mostly what I have. So I am thinking of creating sort of a makeshift cold frame, I guess, if you will. My friend on Facebook has some really nice high raised beds. I think they use stock tanks for them. And she took a circular tomato cage and stuck it in the center. And then she clipped plastic all around the outside. And then she has her plants inside of that. So I'm going to message her and pick her brain about that a little bit more and see if maybe I can get my plants outside in that. Because the other thing is I have to start more seedlings because I don't have as if I don't have enough. But it's time to get start thinking about pumpkins and melons, cucumbers. I forgot what all I have to start, but I'm really excited. So I'm going to have even more seedlings. Maybe next year I'll have a little more self-control, and we'll see. I just enjoy the process. I love gardening season. It's very quiet. The sun's out. It's probably about 59 degrees right now, maybe 60. I think it's a high of 62 for the day. And I'm enjoying being out here. After 2 days in a hospital, I'm definitely ready to be home. And we were so glad to be home last night. Our cats were happy to see us. And Sebastian, he actually was meowing on Tuesday afternoon. My husband said he got home and he was meowing and he was looking for me and my daughter. And so I talked to him on the phone for a little bit. But I think I'm just glad to have that over with. That's a huge stressor off of me. I was having a lot of anxiety. I do struggle with anxiety anyway, and it was really hard. And my daughter struggled, but she did so great. I guess I'm back to talking about my daughter's surgery, but she was so brave. Initially, I was told I could go back to the OR with her while she fell asleep. Thanks to COVID, that's kind of changed. Possibly could have talked the anesthesiologist into it. I think he would have let me, but we felt like she was in good hands, and my daughter was willing to try it on her own, and they were awesome with her. So I think also, on the other hand, that gives her a sense of, I don't know, a sense of accomplishment or more confidence that she can do things on her own. And I really saw that in the hospital when they were doing some things with her, and I thought she'd want to hold my hand, and she's like, no, Mom, just stay where you're at. And I think she's trying to build her confidence, and it's really exciting to see that, to see how she's growing. And she's just so excited now. She was putting together her birthday party treat bags. Her party is next month, and it's going to be a drive-by party, so people are going to drive by, and we're going to have ice cream sandwiches, and she's got treat bags, and she's just so excited about this. So kind of got a lot going on. And then, of course, Mother's Day is in May. I don't remember the date, the second Sunday in May. And then, oh, my wedding anniversary is the 13th. And then I think we've got a couple of other birthdays happening. School has, I think this is 8 weeks this week. They have 8 more weeks. Next week, so my daughter's out the rest of this week, and she doesn't return to school until Thursday of next week. So when she goes back, she's going to have just over like 6 weeks and 2 days of school left, if that. So she's really looking forward to that. We all are. She has, like I said, 2-week recovery before she can start swimming. And that's awesome timing because our neighbor has a pool that we'll be able to swim in. It's not warm enough yet. I do know last year at this time we were already swimming. I think we were a little bit, we were overly ambitious and excited because that water was cold. But we're excited to get on to some other things and plan our summer. So I feel like I've just rambled on for quite a while. I guess that's what these chats are about, but somehow coming and talking to the camera, it is a bit revitalizing, I guess you could say. It gives me some more energy. I am drinking water. I don't drink coffee, so if you ever see me drinking with this, that's what I'm drinking is water, just ice water. I love ice. In fact, let me show you how much I love ice. I don't know if you can see that. Do you see that cup is just full of ice? Oops. And I watered a weed down there. We don't want to water weeds. But weeds come for free, don't they? I got some other work to do in the garden, but I think today what I'm going to do is get my potatoes planted. Maybe I'll take you guys along for that in a separate video. I do want to get my T-post put up. So excited. T-post and get some fencing along the front part to really give the front some definition. And then I want to get my peonies planted and get my blueberries and just get some other stuff together. I'm just really, really excited. And, you know, I just had another thought looking at this garden here. If I take these 3-sided crates and create 2 beds out of them each, that gives me the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will fill out all 4 corners, and then I could put 1 in the center and then have 2 more in the center, add a seating area over against this back fence, and then against the fence that's behind you guys, I could put my blueberry plants there, and then they could grow. That might be really nice. And for me, I just want to find spaces for my gardening, and I'm so excited about it. The last gardening thing I should talk about right now, because I can go on about this for hours, is our yard is a complete weed mess. That's all we have. We don't grow grass in our yard. We have weeds, and so we need to do something about that. But obviously the garden's my priority. But I've also been thinking of adding some flower gardens up on the side. Maybe I could add some more edible bushes eventually in there up against the fence, and I'll take you guys along to see if you guys have any ideas as well. Maybe I'll do that in a future video. I probably need to go check everything too, make sure it was watered well enough. I really soaked everything before I left for surgery. In fact, what I'm going to do is go check everything. I'm going to wrap this video up here, get this posted to YouTube, and then I'm going to be back out to plant some potatoes and to do some other things in the garden and hope that you guys will join me. So, anyway, I hope that everyone has a great day, and I will see you in a little bit. So, bye.